So these are the answers to Benjy quiz number 8. So for round 1, the complicated language one, I asked you to identify any 5. So they can be in any order as long as you've said which one you're identifying. And this was for 5 half points. So you need to have 5 answers that are something along the lines of H is French, B is German, that kind of thing. Tick and cross. So, starting with A. A, uno, doi, tre, can't read it backwards. Patru, cinci, I think, or cinci. That's Romanian. So if you said A was Romanian, that's half a point. Wehed, tnien, tleta, erba, hamsa is Maltese. Egi, kette, harm, nei, ut is Hungarian. Please don't judge my Hungarian pronunciation. I have no clue. Un, dos, tres, cuatre, think is not Spanish. It's Catalan. It would be cinco, I think, in Spanish. And quattro rather than quatre. Jeden, dva, tri, čtyři, pit is Serbian at the bottom there, E. Indai, tri, pedwar, pimp. That's F at the top here. That's Welsh. Iksi, kaksi, kolme, neljä, viisi is Finnish. On, do, tri, kather, koik. Again, it's difficult to do this backwards. Is Irish. It's not Scottish. It would look different in Scottish. If you said Gaelic, Gaelic, you can have the point, but Irish is the correct answer. This is Arabic down here, and it goes Wahid, Ithnain, Thalatha, Arba'a, Khamsa. And the bottom one here, Jeden, Dva, Tri, Čtyři, Pit, is Croatian. So, if you got 5 of those, you've got 2.5 marks so far. I then asked you to pair them according to which was related with which in theory you can do, for a lot of them anyway, by just looking at them. So A, un, doi, tre, is closely related to un, dos, tres, D. So Romanian and Catalan, closely related languages. They're both Romance, they're both derived from Latin, ultimately, with different influences and stuff. B, Wahid, Nain, etc. Well, obviously, if you could read the Arabic, you'd know that that was Wahid, Itnain, Thalatha, and it sounds quite similar. If you can't read the Arabic, you were a bit stuck. But Maltese is very much derived from Arabic. Has about 30% Arabic vocab these days. The rest of it's mostly Italian. But it's structurally still an Arabic-related language. This is the most distant relationship, I think. C, Hungarian, is closely related, believe it or not, well, relatively closely related, to G, Finnish. Estonian is also in that group, and then there's lots of little languages, I say little languages, languages that are spoken in parts of Russia, like Karelian and Mari, I think is one of them, Komi. But yes, they are part of the Finno-Ugric family of languages, not in theory related at all to the rest of the European languages. D, we've already covered, was related to A. E, Serbian, is almost the same language as Croatian, J. So, as evidenced by the fact that they both say Jeden, Dva, Tri, Čtyři, Pit. Yeah, Serbian and Croatian used to be just classified as Serbo-Croat, but nowadays they're considered separate languages. F, Indai tri, pedwar, pimp, Welsh, is most closely related on this board anyway, to Irish, ndotro, cather, coik. It's quite a distant relationship, but it's the closest one that either of them has on here. G, we've already covered, that was Finnish. H, we've covered, that's Irish, related to Welsh. I is Arabic, which we've said already was related to Maltese. B, and J, Croatian, related to Serbian. E. So your correct pairs for half a point each were A and D, B and I, C and G, A and D we've done, E and J, F and H. I hope that makes sense. I hope it wasn't too complicated. Round 2. I played you 4 tracks and I asked you for the connection. So I asked you for each of the tracks for the name of the track and the name of the group or artist. So I played you Wet, 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 singing with a little help from my friends. That was question 6. Question 7, I played you Nina Simone, singing Revolution. Question 8, wonderful voice of Karen Carpenter. So the Carpenters singing Ticket to Ride. And question 9, again, fabulous distinctive voice of Rufus Wainwright, singing All Across the Universe, or Across the Universe. It's up to you. And the connection is they are all Beatles covers. So they are all songs that were originally released by the Beatles, being covered by someone else. Round 13, the abbreviations. God, this one caused some arguments. Right. 11, chlorine, Cl. In the year, A as in AD, Anno Domini. And quietly, P as in piano. The musical instruction gives you CLAP, clap. Don't go there. It's not that. Clap. Question 12. Tungsten, W. It's a sneaky one from the periodic table. It's named after the guy who discovered it, and I can't remember his name off the top of my head. It's Wilbram or Wilberforce or Walbram or something along those lines. Can't remember. Wolfton? Can't remember. Hydrogen, H. Oxygen, which I gave you twice, so that's a double O. And post, as in PM, post meridian, P. So that gives you WHOOP, whoop. Question 13, carbon, C. Helium, HE. And emergency room, ER, in America, as in the telly show, gives you CHEER, cheer. See the connection here? We've had clap, whoop, cheer. Question 14, South Carolina, SC. Regarding, RE, morning, AM. Scream. And lastly, 15, the unit of current is the ampere, which can be abbreviated to A. Very quietly, in music, you would write PP, pianissimo. So we have A, PP, litres, L. Gold, another sneaky one from the periodic table, is AU. And deceased, on a family tree, you would see a little D in brackets for someone that had died, would just be a D. So A, double P, L-A-U-D gives you applaud. So your correct answers were 11, clap, 12, whoop, 13, cheer, 14, scream, 15, applaud. You didn't need to get all of those abbreviations, you just needed to get the words at the end. So if you had to guess some, that's fine, if you got the right word at the end. Lastly, the puppets. I read you the little biographies. So, born at some point in the ever nearer future, the 26-year-old daughter of an aristocrat who's a fashion icon and a member of high society. That's Lady Penelope from the Thunderbirds, famous for driving around with Parker, her chauffeur, in a pink car. Question 2, that was question 16, so this is question 17. Born in Leland, Mississippi. Now, that was according to a more recent telly show that they did, but there was one a way back that said he was born in Louisiana, hence the confusion. But he had 2,353 siblings and was the first member of his family to leave the swamp. That was Kermit the Frog. Yeah. Playing the glockenspiel / xylophone, waving his magic wand around and whispering constantly in the ear of Harry Corbett, with whom he picked up an OBE. That would be Sooty, as in Sooty and Sweep. But Sooty never made a noise. Sweep went squeaky, squeak, squeak. Sooty never made any kind of sound. Just whispered poison in Harry Corbett's ear. Question 19. Having famously assaulted Michael Parkinson live on TV, that was Emu, who ended up living in the Rosy Aeolian house, i.e. the pink windmill, with Grotbags the witch for a neighbour. And lastly, first appearing in the Broom Cupboard in 1985, he was replaced by Ed the Duck, last seen on Celebrity Juice, blah, blah, blah. That's Gordon the Gopher. Like I say, a little bit Anglo-centric. Apologies to those not of an Anglo bent who are watching this and thinking, who the hell? So yes, here are your answers. There are your answers. Hope you enjoyed. There'll be another one in here in a couple of days. Yeah, have fun. Leave me a comment or a like or a subscribe. Bye.